Well, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Shout out to the Dragon Riders and the House of the Dragon. We are moving up, you guys. We're moving up. Even though, yes, the past few days have been a little bit of a setback, including today. We're already down 1.5%. We are doing something that I mentioned we could do yesterday, or maybe not that we could do, but what is very normal to do. My expectations were that we were done seeing prices below $400, yet here we were at the low, $389.50, just below $400, to rub it in my face and say, haha, you were wrong. Give all the hyenas and the I don't know what to call the non-Dragon Riders, the people who are skeptical on Bitcoin Cash, give them a leg to rub it in my face a little bit that it went under $400, but whatever, man. It did not break below $400, right? We didn't break the neckline here. We just pierced through it. And I will say it's not conventional. It's not nice to see any kind of price below the neckline, below the breakout point. But to be completely fair, there is a reason why I think we went down here, and it might be aside from this inverse head and shoulders pattern. If we look at the relative high here to the relative low, this last little kind of like consolidation to the final move down, right? This is like the spring that wound us up, this little area that wound us up for our breakout move to the upside. What we did was a very normal thing on the Fibonacci ratio and extensions behavior, right? From a high to a low, went up to your extension zone. And by the way, we broke through the 1618, hit the 100 level, came back, found support on the 618, and then we went all the way up to the 1272 and then pulled back directly to the 886, like literally tipped it. And that is actually a very common thing to do, regardless of anything that I've said over the past few days. Anybody that's watched this channel for weeks, months, the last year, you guys know that this exact move where you move up to the extended zone and then pull back to the 100/886 area, you know that's a move that we are all very familiar with, and that's normally that normally just means that you're going to continue higher. The technical next area would be the next level in the fibs, which would be 469, but I think we're going to make a run for that $503 area. I think that's our next real technical level, being at these previous areas of resistance. I don't know if moving below the neckline invalidates the breakout move of this inverse head and shoulders. I don't think it will, and inevitably I think we're going to go higher anyway, so who cares? But for anybody out there, I'm pretty sure it does. Like, technically you don't want to see it pierce below, but again, I don't think that means that we're going to go down to zero. I don't think that this looks bad. In fact, again, just looking at this for what it is, definitely showing a lot of respect on the fibs as you're moving up here. Finding resistance in key areas here, finding support on your 786, finding support on your 618, finding support on the 886 after hitting your extended zone. It looks very constructive to me, and I would expect that we continue moving higher. Another thing that Bitcoin Cash likes to do is it does like to find support in this, maybe not that, sorry, in this 0.5 area, whether it's just above the 0.5 or just below the 0.5 like this. You can go through Bitcoin Cash's history and take any kind of like relative high to low and find that it does that on several different time frames. I'm not going to do that now. I've given those examples previously. I guess I'll do it just for anybody who's curious. Let's just see here if we can find one. I know this was all the 618 actually. Yeah, that was all the 618. What about here? High to low. Nope, you went all the way up to your 886 there. This is not looking good, right? This is not following what I was saying. Nope, that's not it. Maybe it's this one here. And it's not that it happens every time. It's just something that seems to happen, right? Just above the 0.5 there. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. High to low here. Just above the 0.5 there, right, in this range, and then inevitably you did go to your 618, of course, but initially right there a few times. This high to this low here, right around your 0.5, you know, whether it's just shy or just past, that's kind of a normal thing. And I mean, I could find plenty more examples than that, right? We're only on the weekly. There's plenty of examples throughout all kinds of time frames, but all I'm trying to say by illustrating that is finding support right here based off of the relative low to high. I think that's fine. We could go lower. Absolutely we could. From this low to high here, the 382 of the overall move so far is right around the 618, so we could go lower down to about 384, 385, and I think that would be fine in itself too, right? If we were to continue to move down in this kind of fashion, we draw a circle there, we get rid of the fibs, just looking at the price for what it is, it kind of looks perfect in a sense, right? Like you'd have higher low, higher low, higher low, moving up with higher high, higher high. So we might be in this channel. It's completely possible. Time will tell. That definitely wouldn't line up with the idea of this breakout move from the inverse head and shoulders. If we were to move down, that definitely would invalidate the breakout move. But again, that doesn't mean we're invalid for moving up. I will say, generally speaking, breaking a bullish pattern like this and then invalidating it is not normally a good sign, but there's a lot of other things going on besides this pattern that would make sense for things to go higher. And then again, high to low here, finding support on the 886 is a very normal thing to do when hitting the extended zone, and that would mean that we continue higher if we continue higher right now. If we go lower, however, that 786 is at 377. It's less common, but still common enough. We could find support there, and that lines up, I'm pretty sure, with that 382 as well. That's just a little bit below it. It's very common to go a little bit below the 382 on your first attempt, and then 786, it's at the 6.9 level, you know, somewhat in that area. Kind of makes sense, but we might not. We actually might, turn around here. I want to look at the daily RSI. Daily RSI looks pretty damn good, but it could suggest lower prices as well, right? We could see this kind of trend going up, which would leave room for the RSI to come down a little bit. The 4-hour RSI did bounce right off the oversold zone, but it still looks rather bearish. This could suggest that we go lower as well. Time will tell. Even if we go lower, it's okay, right? But I would expect that any day now, if not by the end of this week, which is only about 3 days left, if not by the end of this week, here, I gotta fix this. I don't know what the hell's going on, man. Yeah, okay. I'm just getting blown up on my phone. Non-related to crypto, just nonsense. It's not nonsense, but it's not stuff that's like important right now. I definitely do feel confident that that's the low. And this is what I mean by, invalidating the inverse head and shoulders pattern. I wouldn't think that it's going to beget lower prices. I feel fairly confident that that's the low. But again, if we go a little bit lower, it's okay. Any day now, that's what I was saying, any day now. If not by the end of this week, then sometime next week we will likely resume this uptrend. And I think where we're going to go from a high point to a low point, our next target area would be somewhere between about 500, 541 based on the fibs here. If not, potentially 591 or around there could be an area that we go to. So nothing's really changed. It's just going to take more time than I initially thought, right? I thought that we were in the midst of this breakout move, and it's starting to look invalidated. I will say that if we can turn things around today and not go really below this neckline again, right, not disrespect this more, then I would have hopes that we are still in the midst of this breakout move. But again, looking at the daily RSI, it would make sense if it would allow us to go a little bit lower and still look fine. Looking at the 4-hour, it kind of looks bearish, looks like it'd want to go down, and the 1-hour itself also looks bearish. So shorter term timeframes would suggest we move down more, which would just go along with the idea that this inverse head and shoulders breakout move that would take us all the way up to 575, like this area here, is no longer valid. But there's plenty of other things that suggest that we are going up there as well. So and beyond, obviously. So it just, invalidating the breakout move would then imply that it takes longer. It's a different kind of phase. It's not a breakout move that's going to take us up there, more of like a trend. We might be in a channel, a bullish channel, and who really knows, right? Like it could happen in a variety of ways. But from a low here to a low there, I wonder, high here to a high there. That's pretty damn symmetrical. Like that looks pretty freaking symmetrical, right? So moving down here, 380 around there, and then moving up. Maybe we're doing this, and it'll be sometime later in August instead of sometime in the first 2 weeks of August or the first week of August that we're up in these areas. But time will tell. Even though this is how it looks right now, we absolutely could just have a nice breakout day. Bitcoin Cash is not afraid of doing things like that, right? It's not afraid of just marching up in a straight line, but time will tell. We're waiting patiently. At the moment, before I end the video, I just want to say, take this for what it is, right? I hope anybody and everybody who's been looking to buy some BCH seized the opportunity to buy below $400, because those opportunities will be far and few in between over the weeks and months to come. Maybe we have another opportunity today or tomorrow or over the coming days. It's possible, maybe multiple opportunities, but but it's not going to be plentiful. It's going to be far and few in between for what we're doing for the rest of the year. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely, as much as my pride hurts for calling for the low yesterday, well before it was probably like 4 or 5% above where we were. I don't remember what the price was. I think it would have been here, right? Would have been right around there, I think. So being a little bit over 5% away from the low, as much as that hurts my pride, I'm actually a bit excited to be able to buy some more BCH at these prices, and I do plan on doing that. Just got to probably wait a few days, let some money come in, and we'll see how it goes. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If we move down from here, don't be sad. It's a good opportunity to buy more. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.